Hi, my name is Dominic Celestine, and this is my second assignment to the Human-Computer Interface course. This is basically, the title being used is the walkthrough and comparison of websites. Two of the most popular social network websites that we'll be using is Twitter and Facebook, and will be used by one of my colleagues. His name is Jerome Joseph, and he will be giving his own analysis or report, which will be documented, stating the comparison while he does a walkthrough with both websites. He will give, of course, his pros and his cons towards the both websites, and therefore from that I will be giving my own my own conclusion and executing an analysis of both websites. Right. Hi, I have Jerome Joseph here.
Hi.
He will be the person testing the websites, the walkthrough and comparison of the Facebook and the Twitter websites. The reason why I chose him, because he does a lot of research for marketing and so I should say communications within the company, which is Guardian Group. Jerome, could you tell us why you have such a knack for Facebook as well as Twitter? But before you answer that, what will be the process used if you're trying to look for news, if you're trying to look for the most social trending topic? I know you'll use Facebook, but what are the task, or what is the walkthrough that how would you use Facebook in terms of its usability and its functions?
Well, normally, it's designed in such a way that Facebook and Twitter has its own search engine built in.
Right.
Comparing the two, in Twitter you would use more hashtags and responses to different articles, but Facebook is just a general search that you will do, and you will just see all the links or all the posts by other persons relating to a topic.
Yeah.
So Facebook is a bit vague in terms of the amount of information you receive when you do a search, but Twitter is more, it gives you a broader response when you ask for information.
So it more define.
Yeah, I can try to probably do an example. Then if you could come in, let's say we go Facebook. Just gonna log in. So we can try Venezuela. You just do a search Venezuela, right? And you can see it comes up with it's very jumbled in terms of what comes up. It's Luke Titi, then it goes to Ben Shapiro, and it's just confusing.
But in terms of the research on Venezuela, what in particular? Because I know sometimes when you're doing research, you have to look for something a little more definite now.
But what I'm looking for is for them to tell me what's happening in Venezuela.
Okay, I understand.
And that should be here. That should be at the forefront, right?
Right. I understand.
If I go to Twitter. Let me just sign in here. Just gonna do a search. Let's search Venezuela again. As you can see.
Yeah. First thing that came out was top news. So it's a more definite and direct approach,
yes,
while using Twitter in comparison to Facebook.
Yes.
But what do you find? So we're on Facebook here. What do you find Facebook could enhance when it comes towards the aspect of its usability? Because as you said, it's more definite, it's more direct on Twitter, but with Facebook, it's a little more vague, a little more obscure.
But you see, they have filter results.
Right.
But I have to filter all of this. I have to filter posts from post type.
So
Post group.
yeah. So what you're saying is that with Facebook, you have to use the filters, but with Twitter, it is already built within the program.
Yeah.
So the application itself is a little more definite
And
itself.
You get timelines as well. This is recent, like as in 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, as you can see here.
Oh, so it updates
Yeah.
even faster than Facebook. So the news is a little more
Current.
current. Yes,
And
yes,
this is
yes.
what I wanted to see. Venezuela braces for more protests as blackout continues because they have no current right now. And I'm here, and you're not seeing anything about that. You seeing anything about no current?
All I'm seeing is like people linked towards Venezuela in terms of different platforms.
But nothing yet.
But nothing.
As to what's
If you want to know
happening.
what's the current news, you have to actually use the filter. So like we're on Twitter now.
Yeah.
Twitter is more definite and it's more current.
I'm just reading another article here 11 minutes ago, right? This one is 3 minutes ago. And the one 11 minutes ago says the U.S. police supports interim President Guaido and the National Assembly. We will continue to intensify our efforts to end Maduro's obstruction of Venezuela's presidency and will hold the military and security forces responsible for protecting Venezuelan people.
And from my observation, I've realized that the process in terms of loading, in terms of getting the information or the data on Twitter seems to be very it seems to be quicker
Yes.
in terms of loading its data and its content onto the actual application per se. And I'm from observing from a person who does this sort of your technical approach towards the communication and the news that you will normally do the research for
Yeah.
on a daily basis, because I know you deal with that corp communication towards for the corporate company that you work in. I realize it's a little more trending.
Yeah.
And so thanks for your time.
We could even go latest. Top is like very important, but latest is like.
And I'm seeing it has search filters, but the search filters is something that you may not you don't really need to use it, because on top of that I'm seeing latest, as you said.
Yeah.
It has even if it has people, so I'm seeing it's more a direct and more, what I should say.
But compared to Facebook, that has all these million options, we just have a few. Some latest people, photos, videos. You could even, if we get videos, we could probably see an idea of some. Yeah, that's right away. That's people trying to get aid in Venezuela.
Right.
Yeah, and they are mashing up this building because people have been out without food.
Well, that has been. I'm really not that that technical with regards to these social platforms. The most I might use is social. Well, I should say Facebook, but Twitter seems to be very, very current.
And I could just share this in like two seconds to get my base aware of what's happening. Yeah, so that's basically, what I think about the usability of Facebook and Twitter. In a nutshell, I could say that Facebook is a little less user friendly in terms of the navigation and bringing the information to you. Using Venezuela as probably the most hot topic.
It is the most hot topic. That's most.
Facebook
That's
does
so
a good
true.
job in terms of bringing that information to us. Yeah, Twitter is more precise, it's more agile, it's robust, giving you information as little as 5 seconds ago, as we saw. Yeah, so thank you for your time. I hope this.
Yeah, it was very valuable because I learned a lot. And also I will have to do my my report on the two. I will use it. Okay, I really am not that type of a Twitter user person, but I will use it. Thanks for sharing that sort of vast information for me.
Okay,
Thanks for your time.
no problem.
Okay. Today, my name is Amik Celestine, and this will be my final analysis for the walkthrough and comparison of websites. I interviewed someone who normally does these videos and news in terms of the core communications within his department. He does a lot of communicate towards the company. So the reason why I took these two platforms as the most trending two platforms, social networks that I should say, which will be Facebook. So I'm using two separate screens. This one is Facebook. This is my Facebook account, and what I'm going to do, using Facebook here, and I'll be typing in creating the Ethiopian Airlines, which is one of the most trending hot topics right now. What happens is that Facebook has a lot of filters, results. You can choose and post the types on where you want to do your I should say sending whatever particular information to, if it's public or friends or groups, as well as it researches to see what's, as I said, just reiterating the most trending topic. So I choose the Ethiopian Airlines. First two things that came up was the airline company itself, which I'm not interested in, but the actual news of what happened. So the third item, which is in the articles, it came up with the devastating story, and it came up on a separate page, which was kind of quick. Also, another thing is that we have to realize that when we're using these web applications, speed and bandwidth and connectivity will always be varied, and also it always depends on who's the ISP, who's your connection. With that said, it was pretty fast. Let's play the video here. So taking some time to load.
Crash victims in Ethiopia are Americans, including Melvin and Bennett Riffle from Redding, California. Melvin Riffle's wife.
So this is a video they're giving you here of the actual
Others
airline.
who died include Muhat Hussein.
I'm going to pause this video for a bit. I'm going on to the second screen. I'm going on to my Twitter account. And that's Twitter. So I'm going on to Twitter right here. Right. Search for Ethiopian Airlines. Another great thing is that this is something which I am kind of impressed with. The Ethiopian Airlines air crash came up second in terms of the algorithm that Twitter used. It's the second item that came up. So I'm going to click here. Right, and you see that first item came up was the crashing of the Boeing 737. I'm going to click here and came up with a separate page, of course. I find with Twitter is a little more robust, a little more dynamic, and it's a little more user friendly in comparison to Facebook. Facebook, as you can see, has a lot of filters, and which is good for privacy settings, but with Twitter, as you can see here, with Twitter tends to be a little more, there's a little more freedom, which it has its pros and its cons with privacy with Twitter. But this video is basically on researching for trending news and information. And we could see from here that Twitter has a little more freedom, and it gives you a more dynamic research. As I'm scrolling here, you're seeing a lot of more stuff here in regards to the Ethiopian crash. It gives you a broader spectrum of information, right? So that's my final analysis and conclusion with this report, which is the walkthrough and comparison of websites. I hope that I've learned a lot. That's learning with the expert, which is Mr. Jerome Joseph. It was really educational to see it's from the information I've gathered, and I thank you for the time that you all will be taking the time to watch this video. And I understand why Twitter is one of the most used social platform or social application being used, especially in the world. Especially when it comes towards trending, in terms of trends, in terms of news, in terms of the reliability and of information that's being conveyed. So I thank you enough, and you all have a good day. Thank you. Bye.